So sorry, I did not find something better. Good. Yeah, I mean, I have also I'm not a Freemason. Forget it. I also do this because I'm an artist. Was never a Freemason, and I rejected to refused to go there. That's why I got humiliated inside the Sisu party. This is also my feeling. If President Trump gets out of the negotiations and he achieved to release hostages, American hostages, at least, and I don't remember, before Ramadan 2025, I think he also made something, positive. But this is also my feeling. Don't play with fire, Hamas. Don't play with fire. Release now really all hostages, all of them. I gave you so many emails. There is no more. There is no more. Not more. There is not much more mathematically possible. We have already reached the limit. Also, mathematically possible that what Israel would accept. I mean, you cannot claim we want Jerusalem, we want Tel Aviv and Haifa. This is crazy. Does not make sense. Also, you did your job too well. They are more than scared from you. That's what the Prime Minister of Israel said, Netanyahu said. From Gaza, never ever again there will be a threat towards the citizens of Israel. Remember that we have also about 2 million Palestinians inside Israel. Also from this, I don't know, from the 6 or 7 million Israelis, there are already 2 million Palestinians. And a lot of them can vote and have Israeli citizenship. And some of them are inside the Israeli strike forces, the IDF. And that's cynical. They have to shoot at you. And maybe you're even family members. It's more than crazy. Yeah? I'm not greenwashing the sins. The war crimes of Israel or the IDF or Mossad or Bin Chad or you, Hamas. Nobody's whole in this game, but this game has to end. Now, play real suggestion: play computer games. For example, Command and Conquer, or something that is realistic to your scene. Make a LAN party. I mean, why not? And make a simulation. If you can insert put realistic on a computer game, if it's really realistic against a complete army of several hundred thousands, I don't know how much IDF soldiers are now in Gaza, but at least 200,000, something like that, they have such a massive presence, and you have only a few snipers, thousands of snipers, thousands of soldiers, you cannot win. This is too difficult. You have to kill whatever 200 every day, and then they have the Air Force, the Israeli Air Force, and they bomb every single day. I mean, if I would be Prime Minister of Israel, and Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu will go to jail for this. That's more than sure. That's more than sure. Israel is also a juridical state. A state of law, not an outlaw state. Don't forget this. And so, but when President Trump, Donald Duck, when he says this is your last chance and of and I will not play with fire. I will not play with fire. Useless. I gave my maximum, but I didn't sleep the entire night. Today we are even not leaving. We're taking the dog tomorrow outside, and to the veterinarian, and my dentist doctor also skipped it because my mother didn't sleep. And I even make no sound, no noise in the night. Do not play. One of the worst things that can happen. This is still a war of attrition. I would say both have lost it. Nobody has won this war of attrition. Israel is not in a good economic condition, and you are done and gone, the Hamas, and if also the biggest compliment, and not the biggest compliment, the one of the most important thing that I can say to another human is, what would I do if I would be just I would leave. I would leave. I told you, ask for the 90 with Prime Minister Netanyahu, his entire government, half of the Knesset at least, the Supreme Court of Israel, the President, Mahmoud Abbas, and yourself. I sign it, and I sign it. Yeah, I give you the signature already in the email. Yeah, that you really have, even from God, the 90. But man, you're crazy. You get all the 90 from God. This is also for ending the war and saving the lives of the people in Gaza. Not to greenwash your sins. But if you get in written on email the 90 from God, from Almighty, I'm not Almighty, I'm just from the second coming of Christ. And I'm really it. I announced we traveled the time, and we did, and we did, and we did. I announced when I get the first time to Israel, we will travel in time, and we did. I announced when I go to the second time to Israel and touch Israeli soil, that we will travel in time, and we did. Questions. Also, don't play with fire. This can also be your. Imagine just the following scene. You disagree now. You say no. I know. Nope. This does not make the 10,000 or 600,000, 400,000 people, overall children, that has been killed in Gaza, or through starvation or bombs or whatever. This does not make them alive. We cannot return this in time. Well, we will travel in time, yeah, but this is something special. This has something to do with me, not with you, yeah. You cannot change the clock, yeah. I can change the clock in the future. And I will, believe me, I will. We will return to a point where we have never ever invaded Israel, and it will be better. And I will make my Shalom Bohalal, my program for, and I promised you in email. I mean, I wrote this also to the embassy of Palestine in Havana, and to the Prime Minister of Israel. So everyone has copies of my documents. And I promise you, if whatever, even if you don't agree, I will still stand. But if you give up your weapons and return your weapons, all the things that we demand, we agree to, and get out of the politics, get out of the military, dissolve as a military, also the Islamic Jihad, the other groups, the other military, all military should dissolve. Like in Cuba, nobody has a weapon, there are only knives, and they're in the kitchen. This, man, this is the last chance. People are praying, fasting now for 1 year already. Yeah? And we are also exhausted, those who pray and fast. We are exhausted, do not see results. Also, and the other thing is, what I want to say, I've forgotten, is lack of sleep. Yeah, in a war, if you overestimate yourself against an army, I mean, this is your moment. Let's say this, yeah. Let's say you are this, yeah, and this is Israel. Yeah, you are this. This is the military in Gaza, and this is the Israeli IDF. If you look, this is much smaller, has lost a lot of fire, and this is something new and strong. Whatever, just a symbol, object to memorize. If you think you can beat this because you're strong, whatever, good luck. Good luck. But the chance is mathematically more than zero. More than zero. Less than zero. Exactly zero. They will kill all of you. And just imagine the situation that you have lost your gold. That you've lost your gold. The prisoners keep inside. I mean, also, this Netanyahu is morning crazy. Yeah? He captures again people he has released. I mean, both of you are crazy, Prime Minister Netanyahu and the Hamas. You need to go to psychiatry, really. Maybe help you a bit. Yeah? I mean, a lot of psychotherapy. Yeah? Not together. Yeah. Really, make psychotherapy. When you make vacation, make psychotherapy. You make psychotherapy 3 times a week. Monday, Monday every 4 times a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday you have off. Make psychotherapy. Believe me. And Netanyahu as well. And you get out of the politics. We have new elections. New elections are on the board. This is a gift from Israel. Yeah? If Netanyahu, blah, 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 gets, when we pray also for this, folks, pray that we have new elections 2025 in Israel. This would be a gift. And then we get Palestinians inside the Knesset, yeah? Not radical Palestinians. Yeah? This would be a gift from God. And then we have the pressure we need, yeah, to found the state of Palestine or to do whatever that is to answer successfully and satisfying the question of Palestine. You are playing with the question of Palestine. You're spitting on the question of Palestine. You can't do this anymore. You can spit at your own face. You can spit at the face of the people in Gaza, at the children in Gaza. This is enough. We have reached maximum point for everyone, even for those who pray and fast. And I'm not talking about fun here. It is, you can't abuse, and this is your last situation. I told you prophetically already 3/4 of a year, already 24. Don't wait too much. Don't negotiate too much. The more time you wait, the less your gold will have value. Your gold, yeah, you put hostages. And look what happened. It exactly happened. I did not knew that this happened. I didn't knew it for sure, but this was my feeling. Yeah? And this is not my real feeling. This is your last chance and of and. I don't want, we will still pray, of course, blah, blah, but we don't play like you don't agree to that. Yeah? If you negotiate just small things, yeah, that you know they will already agree with. Yeah, I put new things inside this plan of Donald Trump. This is only Benjamin, the Israeli government and the Hamas and the PLO knows it, and people involved in that. This is not on public available, yeah. So yeah, but it makes sense. I mean, everything can accept this, yeah. Okay, yeah? Also Netanyahu can accept this, yeah. We have a big gift, a big gift. When if Hamas accepts this, there's a big gift for Israel and a big gift additional to the 20 plan from President Trump for all in Gaza and for the Israeli government. Yeah? A big thing, a big thing. Yeah? There's a big fat thing. Yeah? When it think just because of this last point, and I wrote in the email, justice will be realized. Yeah? And then we have change, maybe also additional to that, maybe an election this year already, and change of government. Netanyahu goes to prison because also of his curving of juridical shit. Yeah, the curving of the law. Yeah? This is crazy. This is really crazy. Yeah, good. I said, do not play with fire. This is maybe the fire that will kill all of you. Imagine the following scenes. You don't agree, you say no tomorrow, and they bomb everyone around and kill uh, 10% of the population of Gaza in one day, 200,000 or 180,000 or less now. 160,000, and then all your hostages, the dead and the living, and you as well, and your families and your children and your loved ones. Also important. You have lost everything. You did not achieve to get prisoners back. You did not achieve to go to exile. Go to exile, all of you, all of you. Yeah, what I would do, yeah? Burn your documents, yeah. And you have killed the dreams of sorry, yeah, but you have third point, you have killed the dreams of your own children to live one day in peace and to go on an F-16, F-35 or F-15 Eagle from the Israeli Air Force and fly over Iran and don't drop bombs, make training with F-14 Tomcats. This is possible. Look what I almost achieved with Syria. An Abraham record. I could record. Abraham record. The Syria Johnson Abraham record. Netanyahu destroyed it again. You folks, I mean, this is something I have to tell you, everyone, how we the world sees the people in Middle East. Not only the Jews, also the Arabs. Not that we hate you, but we all think you are all crazy. You are all crazy. You love the war and you deserve the war. That's many people think, not all, that you love the war and you deserve this war. And also, my mother said, Middle East, there's a bad spirit. There's a spirit of death, something like that. Has not only to do with Israel, also before Israel, Egypt, and everyone. They, they were before Israel was founded, the ancient Israel in the Bible. There was permanently war there in this zone. And my mother said, one day this entire region will disappear. Remember the prophecy of the nuclear bombs in Israel and entire Middle East. I think this is a fake prophecy, yeah, because God will not allow it that we have nuclear bombs again deployed, used on the surface of Earth, and this destroys Earth forever, damages something on this hemisphere, stratosphere. Don't play. I mean, of course, politics is addictive. I'm a hobby diplomat, yeah, and because of so much success, it is like a drug. I recognize it, yeah, because you think, what will happen after we leave? Will there be chaos? Will there be chaos? Yeah, will whatever. But also, man, remember, you caused this war. Yeah? You invaded Israel first. Secondly, you brainwashed all this generation of the children. Yeah? Not a good thing, yeah? To make children soldiers. Yeah? There's children soldiers there. Not good. Yeah? And look at the Gaza looks like, has not only to do with the bombs of the IIF, Israeli Air Force, and also because you sent thousands of rockets towards Israel. Remember, this was a real war, and this has to end. We need something complete new. Something I suggested, yeah, a complete special economical zone for Gaza that they can jump a bit economically. Also, the West Bank, why not? Yeah, so they can jump, and Israel on one side and the Palestinian areas. Um, when they get the state or whatever, or recognized by Israel as a state, or maybe we make the one state solution, the one state free region solution, like I suggested, and whatever. We don't know what the future brings. I don't know it neither. But remember, um, war is always the shit. Like Fidel Alejandro Castro Ruz said, yeah, the leader, the historical leader of the Cuban Revolution. Nobody can want the war. Nobody. He was in war. My grandfather was uh, the radio communicator with Fidel Castro and Raúl Castro, very strategic position in the war, in the Cuban Revolution. With 16 years, he had already a rifle and joined the Cuban Army, Revolution Army. And he does not hear well in the with his age. Yeah, you have to shout a bit him. He's crazy, more crazy than I ever was. But I can still play games with him. Yeah, random board games. Yeah, and I visit him and I love him very much. Yeah. Saludo, te abuelo, te estoy mencionando aquí en un video. Yeah. But also, he was a soldier. He was the second highest position in the Cuban army. Yeah? There's even museums from with his photos and things like that. There's a photo of Raúl Castro in his. Yeah? He has regular connections with Fidel and Raúl Castro. Good. And he also told me I was forced to go into, not forced that, but looking back at his life, he would not have joined the Cuban Revolution Army. You see so much blood, so much. It is not funny to be a soldier and to go to war. I mean, those soldiers who say we love the war, okay, that's why we also get soldier, but nobody can love the war. Once you're there, okay, we prefer to play computer games or to make paintball or whatever, yeah, or go to the gym. Yeah, it is more funnier. It is really more funnier to drop bombs bombs on a flight simulation, good flight simulation, or good ego shooter, whatever, than to make it in real life. It's real human blood. I'm a very sensitive person. When I see even my own blood, when they take my own blood, the vampires, yeah, from the hospital, yeah, then like I can get even, you know what I mean, blackout. I once get a blackout and then drive home back with the bicycle. Yeah, whatever. But don't play this time. I know politics is like a drug. I mean, I feel like a politician. I act like a politician. I'm a diplomat, yeah. Ambassador of YouTube, whatever. Ambassador de Corps Diplomatique de YouTube. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. And yeah. And you know what I mean? Um, it on one side, I'm so always the same. There's so many years already involved in this politics thing that it gets boring already. Yeah, it's always the same thing, and I can never have elected or diselected. I was from the beginning to the end there, and it is sometimes funny, yeah, of course, but it's also always the same. Yeah, politician, I don't know if this is a job you can do for your entire life. It is a high responsible job, yeah. But sometimes it's better to have a new generation of politicians and to make a YouTube channel like me, yeah, make funny artists you can do the entire life. Yeah. I want to go to Hollywood, make real films with the real actors in Hollywood, like Maverick. Yes, whatever, and go to the gym. This removes your aggression, makes you more smart, concentrate. Yeah. Read the Bible, give it a chance. You don't have to throw away the Quran. Read the Bible, the Old Testament, the New Testament. It is funny, it is interesting also. And yeah, you will like it. You will like it, believe me. Yeah. Um, yeah, what else? Don't play. Please don't play. I mean, it be on one side, Washington, yeah, the protecting hand of Israel over Middle East, yeah, over the worldwide, the cities, yeah. They will not remove the hand from Israel, yeah. Even if I make pressure on everyone, Washington will stand on Israel. So Israel will not be invaded by Iran or whoever. Hezbollah is done, yeah. Uh, Um, remember, inside Israel, I'm a neutral charge. Outside the borders, Israel, I defend the state of Israel because they defend also Palestine. So against construct this area, Israel, Palestine, the mosaic Israel. Hezbollah is gone. Their history, yeah. They will not resurrect from the dead. The East Lebanese government will take over. The regular East Lebanese government, I'm telling you now the future, will take over and they will have a real army with real SAMs, real combat jets and that, but also with certain maybe secret agreements with Israel. They don't attack each other, things like that. Yeah. And also economical ties. Yeah. Israel has already agreed. I mean, it's also crazy. During or before the war started, to have oil access to the gas fields of Lebanon, and they get half of the money, and Israel had to get half of the gas, something like that. Yeah. So Syria, maybe thank you, the president of Syria. Okay, you did left the negotiations with Israel. Yeah, of course, yeah. But if there's a new Israeli government, give them a new chance. Remember, democracy is different, and we need also democracy in Syria. Democracy is the best thing. Yeah. It is the best thing, although it's not holy. Yeah, but yeah, good. But we have a very dynamical situation now in the Middle East. Lebanon will be its own state. Uh, without Hezbollah, this is important for Israel. Also, Syria, if Syria is a friend of Israel, then Lebanon can never ever get weapons again. Important, or just by seaway, yeah, this also can control the Israeli Navy, yeah, whatever. But it's much more difficult for them than from the landway from Iran over Iraq over Syria to Lebanon. This Syria is so important for us, and also we need the oil, and we can build a pipeline from the Syrian oil to Egypt. Egypt is a big nation, almost 100 million folks. Through Israel, Israel gets a bit of the oil, and to Egypt. Egypt needs oil, as far as I know. Good, and can also access to Jordan. So there is economical projects that make sense, that everything benefits, and if there are deep economical ties, Jordan, thanks God, is already a friend, more or less a good friend of Israel, and helped us, and also Egypt, our mother Egypt, our Jewish mother Egypt, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob escaped to Israel, and Joseph, to Israel, Jesus Christ also, to Egypt, sorry. We are only alive, we Jews, do you know what's going on? If there would not be the ancient superpower of Africa, Egypt, the local, the first civilization, we call them, as far as I remember, we would not be alive because there were hunger in the land of Canaan. Read the Bible. Told you, read the Bible. It's interesting also. Start with the book of Genesis. Very, very interesting, very emotional. You will good. And Jordan, thanks God, you will be blessed. And Egypt also. Everyone will be blessed, but Jordan, Egypt will be blessed, especially Egypt, very, very strong. There's also a biblical prophecy that says, I, Jehovah. Jehovah is the name of God. Now, people are thanks, so that they're accepting this. Has nothing to do with Jehovah Witness or not, but has to do, but it doesn't come from them. They don't have invented the name of God. Jehovah said in the Old Testament, it's the name of the Holy Trinity, of the Holy One of Israel, of all three persons: Jehovah Father, Jehovah Son, it's me, and Jehovah Holy Spirit. What I want to say, there will be an area from Babylon over Israel to Egypt. It will be one road, something in Isaiah. I have to find it and put it in the description of this link, of this video. I put it in the verse about this and thing. There will be a road of healing, of prosperity, of peace, and this includes Iraq, Syria, something like that. I don't remember about this, but it will be one road. Good, and this will become true in this century, in this decade. Remember, I'm not greenwashing the sins of nobody. I'm a neutral charge inside Israel. Artists are defended the bombs of Israel. Of course, I don't want to bomb also neither, but if you get attacked, you must attack. The defense. Israel had no other choice. Thanks to Hezbollah and the terrorist group and the axis of resistance, they are done. Also, Houthis, don't send missiles, send them to Iran. Joke. But this war of attrition has ended with everyone losing economically. Too much money spent on weapons. Israel is still alive. Israel is damaged. Hamas has almost no area to breathe, but has still the hostages in Gaza. Wow. I really thought they were in Egypt, but you did your job too well. That's why you have to quit it. Like in a real company. When you do your job too well and get all the bonus money and you earn more money than the boss, you earn more money than Benjamin Netanyahu, you get promoted to the next highest position. Not making fun, of the death. There are people dying every hour in Netanyahu. Okay, why are you bombing around? I call also all IDF and IF, Mossad been shed, and the Israeli intelligence community, and the Israeli strikers and Israeli Coast Guard and Israeli police to not shoot around, to disobey, to not bomb around, to just defend yourself. If you get attacked, you shoot back, of course, but don't attack anymore and prepare for your withdrawal. I'm very optimistic that Hamas will agree to that, and Prime Minister now, even if he has to make a new government or new elections. Questions. Don't spit on the question of Palestine. Huh? That's what you're doing at the moment, Hamas. You're spitting at the question of Palestine. Stop it. Release the hostage and release it in good hostage, in good conditions. Yeah. I mean, also important. Don't make gunfire. Nobody in Israel, in Gaza, fires in the sky. Yeah, this activates the Iron Dome. Yeah, we don't celebrate with this. Okay, you can make your show, your celebration, and also some hostages said. I did not felt humiliated by the show. Give them the certificate. Can also be important. It's a certificate. Something easy not understand. Yeah, that they get early retirement because they were victims of Hamas. Yeah, and can get money from the benefits, money from the Israeli government. So this is an important paper email that Hamas gives them. Yeah, who gave them to them? A written confirmation that they were hostage from this and that. Good. Yeah. In good medical conditions, yeah. And good also make, and you don't have to publish it on the internet, yeah. But on public, what you did to them, what medication you give them, as detailed as possible every single day, as far as you can remember, of course, yeah. What you did to them. It can be important for the historical, for a doctor in Eastern and the hospital. This and that. Maybe he has now pre-diabetes. Let's make or diabetes. Let's make analysis. Oh no, he's thin again. Good, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's the end of the story. You leave into exile. I would do this. When this is negotiation, this is your problem between the government of Israel and Hamas. So if you can see some fighters without weapons, of course, category 1 weapons, also category 2 weapons, yeah, everything. Yeah. A knife you can have, yeah. You need a knife in the kitchen, yeah, but not a sword, yeah. You know what I mean? But if you can stay in Gaza and you burn all your documents and the Israeli government does not persecute you, I will flee. But if you want to stay there, you can stay. You can try it. Whatever. This is a problem, a small problem, not a big thing. Yeah. Yeah. That you can negotiate with Netanyahu. Good. One moment. Something else. Also, so summarizing, Shalom wo halal is possible. And maybe this is the last chance. And I remember that I prophesied without knowing it, just by feeling, my eyes, my spirit lies, and prophesied so much correctly in the old emails, yeah, that I wrote to embassies of Palestine. Remember, this is your last chance. Not playing on playing on playing games, playing on time, no reopening of old points. I give both a big sausage, a big gift, both of you, Netanyahu and the folks of Gaza, if they realize it, and they should realize it. Also, my points, they can change number, but don't play on time. These are good numbers, I played realistic numbers, mathematical numbers. Even if it was not mathematical equation, doesn't matter. Everyone understood it. Sorry for the orthographic mistakes. I was so it was sometimes if you understand just the word, it was okay. When you're in a rush, I need to learn to ride with my 10 fingers or something, and I need to make my driving license of California. I could drive around if I would have just a driving license of California, and I have also a driving license from Germany and lost it. But if I would have the driving license of California, just a bit of time of learning, a bit of vacations for Fernando, and yeah, good. My mother drives around because she has a driving license of Germany, and I could now be at the vet. But whatever, yeah. Sometimes you have only one chance in life and you use it. Be optimistic, opportunistic, and release. Release. What's important, forgotten. As the government of Gaza, you have also spiritual authority. Listen carefully. as the government of Gaza, you also have spiritual authority over the Gaza. Um, if you have Christians inside Hamas, maybe one or two, three, ask them to come to you and pray before you leave, that they break the curses and things like that, make spiritual warfare and release uh, angels. I mean, remember, I put fabrics of angels in Gaza. Now I know why I put them there before the war started. Now I know why I put them there. There are so many angels inside Gaza that people don't notice because you don't see them. But not endorsing Hamas, yeah, or no IDF bombing. Yeah? But now I know why I put the only place on earth, as far as I know, where I put fabrics of angels of Jehovah, angels of God, not fallen angels, are in Gaza. So it has to be all worse, much worse than it really was if I would not have put the fabrics of angels in the Gaza strips before the war started, 2, 3 years before. I don't remember exactly. So, but don't abuse of God. Don't abuse. If you abuse of Almighty, independent, if you believe it's the Jewish God or it's your God, remember, also your God is a God of justice. Yeah? Remember that. Good. Ja, ist ja 12 mittags, ja, Mahlzeit, ja. Happens, I'm already 30 hours awake, something like that. Yeah, good. So I expect from you to release the hostages this week, and this week, all living, all that, and also that IDF removes this week. And important, yeah. IDF can mentally prepare to go home to the mama and papa, or to the girlfriend and wife, yeah? Or husband or children, yeah. And that they also withdraw. I put the mathematical form. I don't have to publish this, yeah, but they will also withdraw very fast. Yeah, has to do something. Yeah, important. I can do this. Yeah, I can support you. Um, the more honest you are, how much weapons you have of category one weapons that were in the email, and the faster you return them to IDF, to the IDF, the faster they get out of Gaza. It's logical, yeah? But we had a thing also with the hostages, dead hostages, for example. Yeah, I mean, also to all military in Gaza, even if you have not been supported by Mossad or Israeli government, doesn't matter. Return your weapons right away. Yeah, if everyone who is in Gaza listening has something, a real weapon, category one weapon, manpads, automatic fire weapons, uh, dangerous animals, whatever, all these things, that can be a real threat for a checkpoint in on the border with you, or two big cars, the truck, dual usage goods that are too heavy, and not every car. You don't have to return if you have the one car you have. If it's a small car, it's not. But you know what I mean. And yeah, good. But especially the weapons, yeah, and explosive and mines. Yeah? Return this if you can't take it with your hand and return it to an soldier. Say the call them and say, hey, look at that. I want to help you. A lot of them speak Russian or Arabic. If you don't speak Hebrew or speak at least English, put a white flag, yeah, that you don't attack them. Go to them and say, we have here and that, this and that. Take calm with your friends, with your soldiers, and take it home. The faster we get demilitarized, the Gaza Strip, the faster IDF will leave, and we have international forces, of the United Nations, the Blue Helmets, and they are the new a real regular army inside Israel, and defend you for the case will never happen, for the case that Israel attacks. Good. So we will be separated by Israel again, by the IDF. Good. And these are the United Nations white helmet soldiers, shall be from Islamic nations or nations where they speak Arabic. Must not be all Islam, can also be a Christian. Uh, but Your majority is Islam, Muslims, in Gaza, and respect is good. So good. Yeah, something else. Hmm. Yeah, and Gaza can be the first political area where it's completely free of Freemasonry. This is also something Netanyahu asked for. I get sometimes spiritual connections. He wanted to get all Masonic lodges removed from Gaza. It's a good thing. The first area in real life on Earth since thousands of years free of Freemasonry, free of the fucking pyramid. Ja, Rothschild. Rothschild, du Arschloch. Sieht blau nach the audience of the first. Good. So, folks, summarizing this video, this is your last chance. Believe me. Take your decision wisely, but take it. Don't play in time. You said you make it tomorrow on Wednesday. You can make it even today, but this is a very big decision. Yeah? Choose also wise which countries you want to live in exile. I suggest you Cuba or islands. Islands are good, yeah, because if your enemy comes, yeah, then he comes with aircraft, not by big ship, yeah. Cuba or the Republic in the for example, Cuba or República Dominicana or Madagascar is very beautiful. Also choose, I just suggest you to choose an exile paradise where if you can live with the money you get, and yeah, or you have. Also, they need a bit of starting money to buy a house and to buy a business and to do. You cannot expect from them to exile with 4 shekel with 10 shekel bill. Forget this. But these are small details. Yeah, these are small details. But also money, but you don't return for 15, 20 years to the Holy Nation. Yeah? And you started a brand new life. In Madagascar, for example, I suggest you islands that have a similar climate, a hot climate like Israel. Right? Good. And remember, Cuba is different. Islands are different. Madagascar, maybe in the center of Madagascar, it's not that much, but Israel is also a desert. It's very hot, but it's not so intensive. In Cuba, it's much cooler, but it's very intensive. But Cuba is better to live in the summer than in Europe, yeah, that you know what's going on. Yeah. So Caribbean a bit, yeah. And you can also ask these governments for that they protect you at least from if somebody of Mossad wants to come to visit you and kill you with a police car, whatever. Ask for this. These are all things that are not too expensive, not megalomania, and and the money. I said even that's how the leaders of get in the exile because we offer them just money and a new paradise. And you have I also suggest the United States of America, a very beautiful nation here, and you will get a new idea. Everything this you negotiate with Trump, yeah, with the president. You always negotiate with the president or the head of government of each nation, yeah? And if you have a dream, yeah, good. Yeah, not too much details. Yeah, you have already read this, and that's it. Yeah, and, yeah. Remember, don't demand too much money. Yeah, money is something that the U.S. government can borrow to Israel, and Israel pays it little by little back, and you don't ask for 1 million money. Yeah, I don't know how much you need also in this nation, yeah? For buying a house, have a bit of reserve, and starting a business. Yeah, these three things. Yeah? Good. Remember, I suggest your third world country, yeah, because life is much cheaper there. You can also choose Turkey, yeah, whatever, yeah. I don't have to tell you now everything. Yeah, good. Don't exceed Don't exceed too much money. Yeah? Don't do this. Yeah? Or let's say this, the let's make it different. Yeah? That you don't play with money or ask too much money, and Israel doesn't say no, it's too much. The local government, for example, the government of Havana in Cuba, says to buy here a house for a full-size family, 2 kids, 2 adults, in without swimming pool. You don't need swimming pool in Havana, and with swimming pool, whatever. It is too expensive. Don't buy a house with swimming pool. This is so much work, and then the chemicals doesn't appear. It's a bullshit. Don't buy. I suggest you do not buy a house with a swimming pool. This a millionaire told me in my life. Yeah. A family, a friend of my father, my Austrian father, the advocate, was a millionaire. Is a millionaire, and he told, "Don't never buy a house with a swimming pool. Uh, wow, you must be very rich or whatever. Must be very big. Better to be in a city where there are swimming pool or the ocean. Ocean is best. Good. Yeah, for example, the Cuban government. Okay, they want to come to us. We have a mosque in Havana. Yeah. They won't get weapons, of course. Yeah, and they get under police protection. They can have dogs if they want to, but they are not allowed to make troubles here. They may have to make the driving license of Cuba. Bring your own driving license. Yeah? So let's calculate. Okay, in Revolico, maybe 50,000 a house. For 50,000, you get a good house. Yeah? And you choose which one you. The Cuban government offers you 3, 4 house, or agent secret service, in Cuba. Also tax fraud with this secret service agent from Seguridad Estado de Cuba goes with you, shows the 3, 4 houses, take the best. We paid the house, and or you pay it, and yeah, you get the money, and you pay it. It's on your property. Yeah, important. Yeah, in Cuba, that you're not allowed to have a house if you're not a Cuban citizen. Then maybe you get direct Cuban citizenship or a special law that better that you get a new identity, especially Cuban citizenship direct. Yeah, this is something the government can make. Yeah, or if it's illegal, but it's necessary. Something in this summer. For example, I'm just painting the stamp of Cuba. Okay, you get a house. It's on your name. You're Cuban citizen now. Yeah, and yeah. Good. Maybe you have the dual citizenship of Egypt. You can travel with more around. Also, with the Cuban passport, you can travel around. You can go to Russia without vacations and without nothing, without visa, nothing. You can travel with the Cuban passport abroad. Some nations need visa, and some nations give them the visa. But you spend time in Cuba. It's beautiful, Cuba. Very beautiful. Make vacation. Good. And you need a car. They give you okay for let's say 20, 30,000 dollars. You get this or that kind of car. Choose the one that you want with seatbelts, whatever. So you have car and a business. Yeah. What do you want to sell? Yeah, sell foods from your home. Yeah, or no, don't sell foods. So that nobody has to come to you. Yeah, maybe a small takeaway restaurant that is on your name, and we have the Cuban staff there. Everyone in Cuba needs work now. You have your income. With this, you can. These are the monthly bills you pay. You pay really Cuba about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, less than $10 for electricity, gas, telephone, the original telephone, yeah, not internet. For electricity, gas, gas, the telephone, and the old servant water, oh, $10, $15 maximum, yes, dollar. But with the exchange rate now, and also it's a benefit for the Cuban government. A lot of money comes in, some money comes in. They can reach, yeah. It is a win-win situation. Good, but you don't make trouble nowhere. Not in Cuba, not in the aircraft to Moscow if you make vacations in Moscow. Also, maybe you have an agreement that you have house arrest for 5 years, something like that, that you calm down, that the hate starts. So you're only allowed to stay 5 years in Cuba, not to leave, and then you get a Cuban passport. But Cuba is beautiful. Sounds good. I would do this. Do what I tell you to do. Exactly and how I tell you to do. Believe me, I'm also a very smart person. Yeah? Believe me that. You must learn also Spanish. Yeah, or go also to a nation where you can learn the language. Yeah. Maybe Japan is too difficult for you. Whatever. But and maybe you have the citizenship of Egypt also. You won't get maybe the Israeli citizenship, but the Egypt citizenship. And that's it, and that's the end of the story. And then you get Egypt and Cuba, for example, Cuban citizenship. You live there 5 years continuous, or in America, wherever, new identity, new life. Yeah. Also, yeah, that is the details. I already told you this. Yeah, not too much details. My voice has also, yeah, I'm exhausted, and my voice is going down. Shalom halal. For the sake of my soul, I will seek the peace of Jerusalem. King David. Which Bible verse? I look in the video. I have to put something there in the description. Do it. Last chance. Remember, my prophecies became true. Imagine that the old that IDF really kills your remaining living hostages, and this would be the disaster. And then you self get killed, your family get killed, and everyone get killed. Yeah. I'm not commanding this. I'm commanding also the opposite. I'm a very diplomatic person. But Netanyahu is crazy. He has schizophrenia grade 2 and paranoia. Yes. So psychiatry of Caesarea, prepare for him. Good. Be optimistic, be opportunistic, be realistic this time also. And give it up. And leave it in the hand of your God. Important. When you leave as a government, you make it something spiritual. You just pray to heaven. We release this to the hand of to the owner of the universe. If you want to say God, you can say God. Or if you just want to say no God, you say no God. But say we release this area. Ja, good. Shalom Bohala, Leute. Das wird was. Pray, fast, water fast. Until we have on public the news, and it will be good news. I have a good feeling now. I have a good feeling.